So this is why the NCAA is keeping the increasingly meaningless bowl season alive. It has nothing to do with college football fans. It has nothing to do with giving additional opportunities to players. It has nothing to do with the teams who are competing in these meaningless games that I think are a complete waste of time. The only reason, and I mean the only reason, that bowl season still exists in college football is to fill the bank account of the worldwide leader in woke, ESPN. Look, if you enjoy watching these bowl games, if you enjoy gambling on the Donut Bowl, I get it. There was a time when I enjoyed bowl season and gambling on these games. And to be honest with you, I think that is where most of these ratings on television are coming from. Ratings for these uncompelling matchups. They're mostly being driven by gambling. Me personally, I haven't watched a single bowl game this year, or last year, or the year before that, or the year before that, because it is a complete waste of my time. It's the equivalent of the preseason in the NFL, but at least with the preseason, teams are building towards something. They are working out their roster. They're getting reps for their young players. I have a reason to watch the preseason. I have a vested interest. There is absolutely no reason for me to watch most of these bowl games. And outside of benefiting ESPN, I can't think of another reason for the continued existence of these bowl games. If you look at attendance, it is abundantly clear most people don't give a shit about these games. They are not willing to pay to watch meaningless football. But the ratings on television tell a completely different story. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. Over the weekend, ESPN celebrated their rating success for college bowl season. This is amazing! Millions of people are devouring the shit sandwiches that we are serving. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes! Just over 34,000 people attended the revolutionary Pop-Tarts Bowl in Orlando. Just over 34,000 people were willing to travel, willing to pay, to watch an exciting matchup between Georgia Tech and BYU. For comparison purposes, over 65,000 people sold out that same stadium to watch fake wrestling. Stadium might have been half empty, but the couches were damn sure occupied at home because almost 9 million people watched the Pop-Tarts Bowl on ABC. I couldn't believe it. 9 million people were so bored they watched a game between Cougars and Yellow Jackets? There were almost 20,000 empty seats for the Lawnmower Bowl in New York City, but almost 8 million people were watching at home. 6 million for the Tax Slayer Bowl, over 4 million for the Rate Bowl, and I'm not making that name up. There is actually a bowl called the Rate Bowl. I guess maybe it's similar to Hot or Not. You guys remember that website from 20 years ago? Maybe the Rate Bowl analyzes cheerleaders from each team and determines whether they're hot or not. Just under 4 million for the final LA Bowl, a bowl game that has mercifully been put out of its misery due to a complete lack of interest. When you look at attendance, when you look at overall levels of interest, there is clearly declining interest in most of these bowl games. But when you look at the ratings on television, it is a completely different story. The only thing keeping bowl season alive is ESPN, who makes millions, maybe even billions of dollars broadcasting these shitty matchups, and the gamblers who are watching. Georgia Tech and BYU. Those are not national powerhouse programs. They don't generate national interest. I bet most people watching the Pop Tarts Bowl, I bet most of them couldn't even tell you the city that BYU is located in. Of the 9 million people watching, 8 million probably had a financial interest in the outcome of the game. Over the last few weeks, I've been wondering why the NCAA continues scheduling these bowl games. Teams aren't interested. Think there were 9, maybe 10 teams this year that declined invitations to bowl games. They were so desperate to fill spots, they started inviting teams with losing records to compete in the Turd Bowl. Fans clearly aren't interested in going to these games. The vast majority of bowl games are played in half-empty stadiums. Hell, there were thousands of empty seats at the Orange Bowl, and it was a damn playoff game. But it all makes sense now. If you like bowl season, Uncle KC has some very good news for you. Bowl season ain't going anywhere. I would not be surprised if they actually added more games to the schedule, because ESPN is making a killing and the sports books are doing the same thing. Hell, I don't even blame them. If this were my grift, I would be doing the same thing. Millions of people are betting and losing their money on games that don't matter, games that don't even count. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.